It's a beautiful and fresh morning. It's getting into the fall season for sure. The trees are starting to change color. So what I'm gonna do is turn this trailer into a trailer for all my welding gear. To make this a little bit narrower, just probably give the axle a cut in the center. I'm gonna use these two middle frame rails. Just get rid of this one entirely and then just slide that one over to the position where that one's in. That's probably easier because this one's got the shackles all welded up with the blocking and all that other stuff. There's a big bolt holding it here. Just cut that bolt off and then I'll weld the hitch in where it's got to go. And then this one moves over to here. That end gets cut off. Put the section back in. This angle iron can go right back into the center, or I'll get something better for support. That angle iron is there just to keep the frame from twisting. Yeah, I'm getting ready to weld here and I realize I still have my runners on. And they're pretty much brand new, even though they're $20 runners, but $20 runners can last all year. And remember to have my old boots here, so change my shoes real quick so I don't get in trouble, because every nice pair of clothes I have, like these were my favorite pants at one time, and now look at them, they're horrible. They're all damaged and ugly now. Can't go out to dinner in those. Not that anyone goes out to dinner anymore, or not that I've went out to dinner recently, but if I ever felt the need to go someplace nice, I cannot wear these pants anymore. Supports for the hitch just sitting there, so when I flip it over I'll cut them appropriately to match up with the corners and weld them in place. I was a little bit wrong here now that I have it sitting right side up. These supports should go to the main frame rails. They shouldn't go to the outside. There's nothing really supporting the outside. This frame's got a terrible hump in it too. That's probably why it's best not to screw around with light gauge steel when it comes to trailer frames. I already cut a slot in it so I can bend it back. As you can see, it's got a pretty good bend in it. This outside one has a good bend in it. That one's got a good bend in it. The only one that's really straight is the one I welded together on the outside there. Yeah, this inside one, I got to figure out where it's bent. Might be where I welded it, maybe not. But the guy who had this trailer before me, he was using it for a utility trailer. So he probably overloaded the tent trailer there, and it bent the frame all out of shape. I won't be overloading it. It'll just be carrying that welder around. And that welder's, I don't know, 300 pounds, something like that. Not too heavy. Pretty heavy, but not too heavy. I was working and I stepped outside there and I came across this fella, Mr. Salamander. Very nice fella. And he looked at me and he just sat there, and I don't want to squish him. He was underneath the wood there, and then I was stepping on the wood and then he popped out. Says they like, here, look at my phone. It says he's not a spotted salamander, but he's something similar. It said spotted salamanders can live up to 30 years. And their habitat is deciduous or mixed forest, and hillsides around ponds are the preferred habitat of the spotted salamander. It breeds in shallow temporary wetlands that are free of fish. Outside of the breeding season, spotted salamanders live underground in burrows and or under logs, or on rainy nights they may be found foraging on the floor On rainy nights, they may be found foraging on the forest floor. So it's possible this guy grew up in the pond. So maybe I put him back near the pond, yeah. So Sally, I'm gonna put you back near the pond. Maybe you crawled up from there, I don't know. But I think I'll put him here by the packer. There's lots of places to go and hide. He doesn't want to go out here. Okay, so we're going to the pond. Okay, we're here at the pond, and I'm going to put him in a spot where I know I'm not going to be digging. Problem is, there's so many freaking bees here. I don't know if they're nice to a salamander, but all the way around the perimeter there's bees. I don't want him to get swarmed by a bunch of bees. He didn't like him. I put him in the pond and the bee buzzed by and he swam away. Maybe he thought it was a wasp. Wasps are pretty fucked. Yeah, all these bees are from the beehive. There's beehives next door. They come here and drink the water, and I don't even get any honey from it. Okay, here you go, bud. Here you go, buddy. Here's a good spot. If you don't want to be here, you can just go back into the pail. Oh, you're burping out the air, are you? I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's using his tail to swim. Okay, he seems happy there. Trailer's done, all welded up. I pre-drilled the holes for the welder mount. I just gotta pick it up with the loader and set it on the trailer, bolt it down, and then I'm all done. And it's time to pack up and get out of here because it's getting late already. And I promised I'd be gone by now, but I'm still working. Should work. Oh, la la la. Just banged my head pretty good. Yeah, on that. Good thing it moved or else it would have really hurt. That rang my bell a little bit. Not really, but still hurt. There's the little trailer. It's got the welder on it. I bolted it down. And when I need to weld, I just wheel the trailer out by hand. Or if it's raining out, I just open the door and let the exhaust go out. I was going to cut a hole in the wall and then put a penetration for the exhaust pipe off the welder and then just mount it inside somewhere. But on a little trailer is much better. The frames are a little flimsy on this, but for the welder it should work just fine. I might mount a little vise on a pedestal here somewhere because it's so low. So had work out pretty good. I just got to wheel it over here so it's out of the way, and then I can work on the smart cart. I just had to get something done because I've been doing so much and nothing's really been getting done because everything's a big project. So I just had to do something small. I feel a little bit better. Got this trailer done for today. It's a very cool little trailer, and I turned something that wasn't worth anything into something valuable. So I made my value to me today, so it works out good. Pretty heavy, but Yeah, no problem. There we go. I'm gonna get a trailer jack with a tire on it, so I just crank it up and then I don't have to lift it to wheel it around. And I'll probably weld the handle on the hitch there, so you can just grab the handle and pull it around or push it wherever you want it to be. That's pretty sweet. Not a whole lot better than that. So that's it for tonight. Have a good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good night.